Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're having the most magnificent Friday. It's Feel Good Friday. And oh my gosh, do I ever feel good? I am so excited to be here with you, hopefully, pretty quickly. I don't want to draw this out. My point is clear and concise, and I hope it gets to you if you need it. Have you ever kind of felt like you need to hit the reset button on your life? On your day, on whatever is going on right now, and say, hit the button, let's start over, let's start fresh, let's have a clean slate. Who has ever been in that position before? Raise a hand if that's you. That's basically what we're talking about here today. I just had an incredible experience that I want to share with you. But before we get started, let's just take a second. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out. And one more time, in through the nose and out. I'm so excited to be here with you. So, if you've been following me at all the last little while, you know that I have been participating in a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. And that in itself is a huge deal because I have been anti fast in the past. It rhymes. I have really had strong opinions on that we need to chew our food, that we need to have a certain amount of calories, that we shouldn't be counting everything that we put in our mouth, that it really should be all about mindful nutrition. And I do definitely still subscribe to the mindful nutrition mentality, but I am super grateful that I kept an open mind to this process because it really did open up my world a little bit more. And I feel so good. And it was so helpful in ways way beyond the physical. So it's not just about the physical wins. Yes, I lost weight. I lost a bunch of weight actually in the 3 days. Yes, I lost inches. Yes, I feel physically better in my body. I'm more mentally clear. I am less bloated. I had no issues with my belly. I didn't have a headache. Because those were all things I was afraid of when I started this fast, was that I was gonna like that it was gonna affect my blood sugar. I have diabetes, so I was afraid it was gonna affect my blood sugar. I was afraid I was gonna be headachy. I was afraid it was going to be torture, that I was going to feel like I was starved. Like, really, that I didn't expect those things to happen, but I wouldn't have been surprised if they did. But when I went in, I had an open mind about it. I had been watching my friends do it for a little while and saw that they were having amazing results, and I trusted them and really liked the science behind it because it's all about a metabolic reset and really detoxifying at a cellular level and just hitting the reset button on your life. And yes, the physical effects were incredible, like so good. But what is really impressive to me is, number one, how I showed up in it. I am so proud of myself, and I'm going to cheer and celebrate myself in the exact same way that I tell you to cheer and celebrate for you, because you should celebrate when you have done something amazing, when you have done something good. And me being able to finish this fast was an amazing thing, because even a year ago, I wouldn't even have considered it. So, right off the bat, my mindset was in a good place. And I think that is super important and cannot be overlooked. Having the mindset of, I'm going to let this be what it is. And I went in with, it's going to be easy. I set an intention. I set an intention. So I used my mindfulness skills to really bring me into this with a good frame of mind. I wanted it to go positively. I set the intention the day before and said, I am setting the intention that this is going to go well, that I'm going to go show up in it, that I'm going to have a positive attitude about it, that I'm going to let it be what it is, that it's going to be easy, that I'm going to surrender to the process and I'm going to finish it because I want to be the kind of person that finishes what she says she's going to start. But in the same time, in the back of my mind, I had well, what's the worst thing that can happen? I feel like crap and I decide to eat something. not the end of the world. And you do get to eat. It's not like there's no eating. There's lots of protein, which is something I have resisted a lot in my life is protein. I'm a carb girl. I have a carb girl body. Who else loves the carbs? Yeah, so I'm a carb girl. So the idea of this many days without any kind of carbs was a little bit scary for me. I did so well, and I actually learned something really important. I feel better on protein than I do with carbs. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel stronger. It is better for me. And I'm so grateful to have learned that lesson because now I can make some changes to my current nutritional routine that will allow me to implement more protein, have less carbs, and to feel better in my body. And I'm sure that will have physical effects. But what I loved about it is how it made me feel. The extra protein really helped me feel good. It helped me feel healthy. It helped me feel strong. And that was something I was kind of surprised by. I was kind of expecting to feel lethargic and dragged out and just not like wanting to go to bed so that I could stop thinking about the hunger. And what I love is that I didn't feel hungry even half the time. It the hunger came and went. So sometimes I felt hungry and I would just sit with it. I would say, okay, I can drink some water. Is it close to a time for me to have something? Because on this fast, we had something every 2 to 3 hours. Like that's how it's spaced out. Love that spacing because it did feel like you were giving yourself something every so often. So you didn't feel like you were deprived at all, which I was super impressed by because when the little box came with 3 days worth of things that I was going to have, I was a little bit scared because it didn't look like enough. And that was also a big aha moment for me was that we actually can survive on a lot less. We are overeating to the max. And just because you might be feeling hungry doesn't necessarily mean you need to eat. You might need water. You might need a supplement. You might need to get up from your desk and walk around. It may not be hunger at all. It just, you had to tune into what your body needs because what it didn't need was more food because I didn't have more food and I got past it and got through it and I was fine. And I was more than fine. I was excited and happy and really looking at it differently. Just because you feel that hunger pain doesn't necessarily mean you have to eat. And it's not even, I wouldn't call it a hunger pain. It's just that feeling of, I could eat something. Just because you have that feeling doesn't necessarily mean you have to fulfill it. What do you actually need in that moment? It really helped me tune into myself and what I needed and what felt good. And it reminded me of important things like water is a must. You need, I drank so much water and it was so good for me. I spent the first day back and forth to the bathroom a whole lot, and I was already a good water drinker. But I was also taking a supplement that hydrates you further, which is an amazing thing. I've got that added to my cart for this month. I'm just so pumped about it. It's going to be an amazing addition to my routine. And it really did help me a lot. The hydration is just super important. But what I think my favorite part of it was, it's not the physical wins. It wasn't what I learned about the protein. And it's not what I learned about. And even though those are all really good, and I'm really grateful to have learned it, what I really loved about it is that it built my belief in myself. It reminded me that I am capable of anything, that the only thing holding me back from what I want is me. And that if you get out of your own way and you keep an open mind and you move forward with the best of intentions, then you can do anything. And that was a valuable lesson. I have wanted to believe that about myself. I have had moments where I've absolutely believed that about myself, about certain things, but this was really far outside my comfort zone. This is something I said I would never do, and I meant it. I believed it. I didn't want to do it. I like to chew my food. Also, that is something that I did learn. I do like to chew my food. The afternoon snack was like a protein bar, with a, active supplement, which was it's delicious. Um, and I know on a mental level that that protein bar didn't taste the best. There was nothing wrong with it, but it didn't taste the best. But I enjoyed it so much because I was getting to chew and because I was getting to savor the flavor. So that flavor that was in there, I got to savor it. And everything I ate, so the soups and the broths and the protein bar, and the different drinks that you get as a part of it, it's like an 8-step process. 8 things a day, I think, is what it is. But the what was I saying? I savored each thing. I let myself taste it. I let myself immerse myself into the experience. I just didn't throw it in my belly and move along. I didn't white knuckle my way through this experience. I savored each moment. I was present in it. I really wanted to feel into how it felt. And I think that's important. And it's also today helping me savor what I'm eating even more. So I had a banana this morning. It was the best banana ever. It tasted so good. I had lunch with my girls at work. I had something smaller than I normally would have had. And I made sure to include protein in the meal. And I was super pleased with how it feels to adjust my habits to what I need instead of just what I want. Yes, what you want is amazing and good, and you should have what you want. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but also being mindful in how that makes you feel. And even though I know that and I have been practicing that, I haven't been savoring that experience. And it was really good for me to savor that experience and to immerse myself in it and to be really open minded about it. And I'm so, so grateful that I gave myself this opportunity to believe more fully in myself. So, what I would like to challenge you to do is if you are feeling like there's something, what is it? Let's hold on. My mind is running away with me a little bit too fast. Think about what is something that you said you would never do. I said I would never do this. Never, and I believed it when I said I believed myself, but somewhere at a soul deep level, I felt the nudge to do this. Something in me said, just try it. What do you have to lose? And it will not be my last time. I will do it again. I will try it again. I'm thinking every 60 to 90 days, maybe once every season, maybe once every 60 days. We'll see. I haven't decided. But I really like how it resets and brings me back to myself, brings me back to my priorities, and brings me back to what I want for my life, and reminds me to be more mindful and to realize that I'm here to fuel my body and not just to feed my body. The fueling is so important, and we need so much less than we think that we need. And we feel so much better when we actually give ourselves what we need. So, if there's something that's outside of your comfort zone, I'd really invite you to consider giving it a go. And there might be some mindset work that you want to do before you do that, because I don't want you to white knuckle your way through this experience. I think if someone comes into this kind of reset with a mindset of, I just want to lose weight or I just want to lose inches, it's not going to be the same experience for you. You want it to mean something deeper than that. How do you want to feel? Because the numbers don't even really matter. You'll notice I'm not telling you how much weight I lost or how many inches I lost. It's significant, but I am not going to share it because it does not matter. What matters is how I feel in this moment and what I learned about myself and the reminders of things I already knew, but are going to help me move forward into a healthier, happier, more fulfilled version of me. So I'd really invite you to work on how you feel, how you want to feel, and think about how you can challenge yourself outside of your comfort zone and give something new a try because it might be exactly what you need and you don't even know it. So keep an open mind, keep an open heart, challenge yourself outside of that comfort zone, and let me know how it goes. Um, I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am heading back to work for the rest of the afternoon and then I am off to my cabin, but you needn't worry. I am eating. I feel good. I am excited about what's coming up and I'm just really grateful to have had this opportunity. So, all the love and light from my heart to yours. Wishing you the most incredible weekend. Take care of you.